what's up you guys, Century Productions here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the DC Collectibles, DC Comics, Super-Villains, Crime Syndicate, Ultraman action figure. Woo! Man, I feel like these titles just keep getting longer and longer with these figures nowadays. Here we got the Ultraman. He comes with the Crime Syndicate, which they did for the DC Collectible line. This is one of the cooler ones. I really do like this figure. I like the sculpt. I really like the head sculpt, too. The head sculpt's sick. I mean, you guys will see it in detail in a little bit, but I love how the eyes are painted and everything. But let's check out this box real quick. Of course, we got DC Comics, Super-Villains at the top, DC Collectibles, Ultraman at the bottom. Really cool box art. We got a side profile of Ultraman right here, and of course, it's sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios, which always make amazing sculpts, so I'm really happy they did that. And it measures approximately 6.75 inches tall, which is also good. We got a little bio for the Crime Syndicate back here, another tiny picture for Ultraman right there, and we got the rest of the Crime Syndicate, and you can see that they look pretty cool next to each other, which is nice. And then, of course, on the other side, we got a silhouette of Ultraman, and of course, all the boxes come like this, so if you pile them all next to each other, you're going to make a pretty kick-ass display. I'm excited to open this thing. Let's just do it. Let's see what this figure's about. Alright, so here we got the Ultraman. Probably my favorite part about this figure is the eyes and the face sculpt. I just really love both of them combined. It's a really good representation of the character. And they just painted the inside of the eyes beautifully. I love how the hair is sculpted. As far as paint goes, there's actually not too much going on with this figure. Looks like they focused their attention elsewhere, probably within the sculpt, but we just got this basic blue kind of following the figure with this kind of glossy red. Not too glossy, but the glossy red does follow it throughout the figure. Mainly on the boots, though. The boots do have the best red paint job of the figure. You can see the cape right here, and I love how this cape is torn. It's also got some paint splatters like he's been through a bunch of battles. There's even a little hole in there. Really cool cape. I love all the bunches on the side. I love how it kind of drapes down like this, too. And like I've been saying with all these other DC collectible figures, I love this material that they use for the capes. It's just so cool. It's so flexible. You can manipulate it in any way you like. You can get some really cool poses out of just the cape, which is really nice. But like I was saying with the paint, there are a couple quality control issues. I have a couple on the arm right here. There is some of the belt's not painted, or it's not painted all the way through. The Ultraman symbol could be painted a little better, but I think they still got through what they were trying to translate onto it, so I still think it's pretty sweet. And you can see at the top of the collar right there, there's some paint going onto the skin tone. And there's a couple quality control issues underneath the cape, but other than that, I think the sculpt really brings this figure back from the quality control issues. I love DC Collectibles now, man, with them introducing all these new pieces of articulation, and on top of that, with their paint and their sculpting, and they're having Gentle Giant sculpt their figures. I mean, this is awesome. Like, this is the culmination of like 3 or 4 different companies right here merged together to make one awesome action figure, and I just think that's so dope. I just love this thing. So as far as articulation goes, the head looks down, looks up, looks left, looks right. We got a piece of articulation at the top of his arm right there, which goes up and down, front and back. Another piece of articulation at the bicep. One piece of articulation at the elbow, and then we go into the hands, which is a 360-degree rotation and goes front and back. So unlike the other characters in this line, this one does not come with any accessories. But you don't really need any accessories with a figure like this. Hopefully down the line, DC Collectibles will start making, I'm sure they already do, they'll be coming out with more figures with interchangeable parts like hands and stuff. But for right now, this one just comes with the 2 solid fists. And something I really liked about this, it's more about the costume than anything. I love how his sleeve just extends down past this piece of articulation right here and continues right onto the hand right there. And there's some sculpting on the hand. You can see some definition. These are sculpted really nicely, so kudos to DC Collectibles, which is really nice. We go into the chest. So like I said, this could be painted a little bit better, but like I said, I think it translates very well, though. We do have a piece of articulation at the abdomen right there, or the diaphragm, or the chest, or whatever you like to call it. It's very fluid. It's got a good flow to it. good piece of articulation right there. The belt, unlike some of the other characters in the line, is actually, it seems to be glued to the actual figure right here. I'm sure you could kind of break it loose, but I'm not even going to attempt to do that. Probably has to do with consistency, probably trying to keep these two pieces from overlapping or looking strange or something like that. So that's why they probably pushed the belt up and attached it to his actual abs right there. So we do have a piece of articulation right here, though. And I'm loving these leg joints, DC Collectibles. I've heard really great feedback from you guys and lots of other reviewers about these leg joints right here. They're just doing such a good job. And do you guys notice how when you 360 degree pivot this, that this thing right here it's got this little overlap like right here? I think that's pretty cool. It kind of adds to the sculpt of the figure. I think it's really nice. But these go front and back, side to side, 360 degree turn. Double jointed knees right there. We go down into the boot. Some quality control issues. I've been seeing this a lot when we get down to the boot. Whatever the pants are painted, sometimes it doesn't like translate well, or the paint kind of overlaps each other. It's like a big wars going on between the boot and the pants on these figures, but still not that badly painted. You have to really be looking for this though to find it. But we go down into the feet, and of course we got the pivot, which is super important. I'm loving these pivots on here. They're actually really easy to move. You just got to be careful with these DC Collectible figures. I was playing with the Johnny Quick. I mean, these aren't figures you play with, first off, so that was my first mistake. But I was playing with the Johnny Quick, and boom, his hand popped off. It was so cool, dude. I had to super glue it back on. That was my favorite part. My favorite part about playing with toys is when they break, dude. That was awesome. But yeah, so that's pretty much the articulation for the Ultraman. This is a really cool figure. You're definitely going to need this to complete your Crime Syndicate. And this and the Owlman were actually my first two choices as far as which Crime Syndicate figures I wanted to get. So definitely get out there and get this figure. For the price you're going to pay, you're getting everything you want out of the figure. Plus a little extra. I mean, the sculpt alone is worth buying this figure. So this is Century Productions. I will catch you guys later. Peace.